Hello, it is 9 a.m. on Thursday, January 21st, and I am a happy, happy, happy girl who is still not used to this webcam yet, but I'm getting there. I swear to God, I'm getting there. I'm like, Mom Center, this way. I'll get used to it and I'll be like totally pro at this, I swear, eventually. I'm also a very tired girl. I did my full ab workout this morning, and then instead of doing a cycle, it was like all misty and beautiful looking outside the window. So I was like, why not go for a walk in the wonderful mist? So I did. And then because it was lovely out and I could hear the birds and it was all green and beautiful and lush, God, I love winter in San Diego. Um, I was just caught up in it and like I didn't want to come back. So instead of just doing a half an hour cycle, I did an hour 3 mile, 3.23 mile walk. Which I mean, and now my legs are like, ow, why did you do that? What were you thinking? You worked a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I did. But that's good. I mean, it's never a bad thing to have an extra long workout, is it? I think it's always good if your goal is, as mine is, to continue to improve your fitness levels and continue to shrink in, then it is very useful to do extra long workouts on occasion. Although I'm pretty sure that my bottom and the backs of my thighs are going to be complaining at me all this day. All this day, I will hear grumbling from those parts of my body. Oh well. What else is new and exciting in my land? Other than extra long workout, I didn't. Yesterday I worked a lot. I was very busy. My the analyst initiative, which I may or may not have mentioned before, that I am like co-lead of, did this stress and stressors in the workplace and how to recognize your personality type and what stresses you out and how to get yourself back into the green zone when you're like freaking the f out. So we had to do this personality test, which I admit I side-eyed it so hard. I was like, personality test, this is stupid. I don't want to do this. I mean, I want to do the stressors and how to diminish stress and how to recognize when you are getting overloaded thing, but I totally don't want to do the personality test. But I did it, and I'm really glad that I did because it was like super accurate. Not the personality test itself, that I felt was kind of like meh, whatevs. I mean, sure, it sounded like me, but anytime you have a series of things, like pretty much anything can sound like you. You have so many characteristics, you have so many traits. It's like when you read your horoscope. The horoscope is sent out to millions of people across the world. Everyone is in different situations, but everyone still is like, oh, this is really applicable to my life because it's so vague, right? That's why it's applicable because it's so vague. But so that's kind of the mentality I went into this with. But when I read the triggers for causing stress and the ways in which stress escalates and how when you get to that red level you behave and the things that set you off the most, I was like, oh, that's me. That's totally me. Ooh, they caught me. That's me. And then when I read the ways to minimize stress and to get back into the green zone, I was like, oh yeah, those are all things that I do. For my particular personality type, it involves uh, long walks or long activities, quiet activities, usually out in nature where you can reflect, and it involves removing yourself from the situation and refocusing on what you have been successful doing in the past and looking at your list if your list is overloaded and removing the things that you don't need. Like, I read all the coping skills and was like, oh, it applies. It totally applies to me. I'm like totally, I'm happy with it. So I felt it was really relevant and it was very useful, even though I went into it with this whole whatever personality test is going to tell me how to manage my stress. but it did, and I'm very happy with it. I'm very pleased, actually. Um, I was super mega exhausted yesterday though. I went home and just like crashed. And was like slept. Normally it takes me a while to fall asleep, and then I wake up repeatedly during the night, and then when I wake up, I have trouble falling back asleep. Which I did wake up 3 times. I woke up at I woke up at 10:30, and then I woke up at 1:40, and then I woke up again at 4 a.m. But I was able to fall back asleep each time, and I didn't feel drained or anything when I woke up for realsies at 4:30, 5, something like that. This morning, the final time I woke up, I kind of laid in bed and didn't look at my clock until my alarm went off. My alarm went off at 5, so that's officially when I woke up, 5. I took off the autofocus, so it's not like refreshing focusing, but I can see that it is changing colors. I don't know how to fix the changing colors. Do you see that? Flop, flop, flop. So maybe I'll have to fiddle with the control panel on this a little bit more, but I think I'm pretty happy, and I'm getting more comfortable with this webcam thing, so hopefully it will stop being so echoey. I don't know how to make it less echoey for the person who left that comment. If anyone has suggestions on how to minimize the echo on a webcam, I am game. But if it's like putting soundproofing into your office, that's obviously not gonna happen. Okay, so I think I'm done right now. I'm going to get back to work. I have loads to do, so much to do, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Peace.